Welcome to my workshop. You are watching Casual DIY channel. In today's video I'm going to be making some nesting boxes for birds, smaller birds like blue tits and robins, anything of that size. Now nesting boxes, they need to be at specific sizes, so there are some specs that we need to follow for them to be actually safe for the birds and that they will be actually used. Therefore I'm going to be following plans that were made by Mr. Sokolowski, and it's the type A. There was some studies made and this particular type of bird nesting box is the best one. Hence, that's what I'm going to build today. In total, I think I'm going to be making 4 of them, but today I'm just going to show you the first one, the dimensions, and how more or less everything goes together. One very important thing is the timber itself, okay? Try to avoid panels that are glued together, and the whole construction will be put together only with screws. So we're going to be avoiding glues, we're going to be avoiding some harsh chemicals as a finish. I'm planning to actually burn the outside of the box, however inside it will remain just plain wood, no finish inside. It's just the healthiest way for the birds to be. And on top of it, the inside of the bird box, well, it needs to be as rough as possible so the birds can actually latch onto the sides, but we'll create some small ledges for them as well. So first of all, let's cut the boards to the right sizes. First of all, let's cut the back. The top of this board needs to be at 10-degree angle. Therefore, I've set up my saw's bevel at 10 degrees. It needs to be 320 millimeters long and it will be 150 millimeters wide. Now it's time to sort out the front of the bird box. In total, we will have 3 pieces for the whole front. So the first piece needs to be cut with the 10-degree angle. The next main piece of the front is 270 millimeters long. Now it's time for the sides. This time I'm changing the angle of my mitre to 10 degrees. The width of the boards I will sort out later on my table saw. Now we can cut out the base, which is 130 millimeters by 110 millimeters. Now the roof itself needs to be a little bit wider than the bird's house. However, I don't have a much wider board, so I'm just going to use what I've got. However, the back of this roof needs to be at 10 degrees to match the whole box. That's why I've changed the bevel on my mitre saw again to 10 degrees. Okay, with all the parts more or less cut out, now it's time to put the box together. Just make sure the angles are going the right way. So I'm going to pre-drill and countersink all the holes. Now let's add the bottom. Again, I'm going to secure it with screws from the back and from the sides. Now we can install the top strip just over here. Right, now we need to turn our attention to the front of our nesting box. Okay, so that's the main board that's going to go at the front, just like so. And we do have the other part that needs to go inside, okay? And that's our locking mechanism for the front itself. So basically what this will do, it will allow us to remove the front itself just like that. It does have a wedge, and we're going to create a free locking mechanism. I'm going to show you a little bit later on. But now we need to just establish the correlation of both of these pieces so you can actually easily take out both of the pieces. So I've got this 4mm thick shim, and with that in I've got just enough space for this to create a distance where this piece will just come out quite easily. So combining the thickness of the material here, I've established how far this piece needs to be away from the bottom just over here. I'm just going to score a line And I'm just gonna marry up the board with that line, making sure the board is in the middle of the other one as well. Absolutely perfect. With both of the pieces connected, the next step is just a lot easier. Basically, we need to make an entrance for the birds to get in. They do say the hole needs to be between 32 to 35 millimeters, and it has to be about 2 centimeters away from that edge there. So I've got it marked up, and I'm going to go to my pillar drill with a Forstner bit to make that hole. In my case, it's a 35 millimeter Forstner bit. I've cut out 4 pieces like so. They're more or less the width of the inside of the box itself. And they're basically steps. Okay, so I'm going to place 2 inside of the box just for the birds to have something to hang on to. And also I'm going to put 2 steps just over here on the front of the box that we can easily remove. I'm going to repeat this on all 4 steps. How to lock the front in place so it doesn't move, it doesn't fall out. And for that I'm going to be using these L-shaped hooks. Okay, I'm going to pre-drill the hole for them, and then I'm going to create a channel on my bandsaw, or with, you know, if you do have a jigsaw, you can use a jigsaw, so they can move out of the way. I'm going to show you how it works in just a second. First of all, what we need to do is to pre-drill some holes for them. Okay, with the holes established, what we need to do, I'm just gonna mark the channels that I will be cutting out on my bandsaw. Okay, and let's try the locking mechanism, shall we? See how it works. There we go. First of all, the bottom one. And there we go. This is now fully locked. That's not going to go absolutely anywhere. And it's actually fairly easy to open this up. You don't have to undo them fully. What do you do? Shift them open to the channels we just did. And now you can take out the front with ease. There you go. Simple as that. And now what's left, it's just the top. Check out inside with those little steps there. Looks absolutely awesome. Remember, the top itself, one of the edges is at that 10-degree angle. So as you put it on the top, it will level with the back as well. Now we do need to have an ability to actually mount this birdhouse somewhere, and basically what we can do at the back, we're just going to place this piece of timber and you'll be able to attach this to your tree or anywhere else you want. It's just the easiest way to do it. And the construction of our nesting birdhouse is finished. However, I'm just gonna give everything a nice light sand so the edges are not so sharp, and after that I'm gonna apply a finish to it. Now when it comes to finishing a project like this, it needs to be something natural. You can actually leave it as that. However, you know, if you want this nesting box to last a little bit longer, you can apply something, but only on the outside. The inside, just leave it as is, natural, nothing inside at all. Now you can use some wax finish on top of it, you can use some natural oils onto it. However, what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna burn this, okay, so it hopefully will last a little bit longer. So let's sort this out. Obviously, if you're gonna decide to do the same thing as I am, make sure you're in a safe place, that you don't burn your house down or your workshop or anything else. Now, you don't have to go as dark as I am, but that's what I wanted. I want the whole box to be quite dark, almost black. But when this rests, I'm actually going to go through with a bit of sandpaper to ease everything out. And now a bit of sanding. Just a little bit, not too much. And there you go, guys. I think it came out really, really nice. Right up to the specs that it should do. And well, it's time for me to actually mount this on one of the trees I've got in my garden. I hope this video was informative and maybe helpful to you as well. And well, you can support your local birds with a nesting box like this. It's definitely worth it. And remember, those little birds in our gardens are our fantastic helpers. Now that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, remember to drop me that like button down below. And if you are new here, remember to subscribe as well. But hold on, don't go just yet. I've got some really cool playlists just over here for you. Check them out. Maybe you'll find your next video there to watch. So hopefully I'll see you on one of those videos there. Take care.